Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this week's episode of Empowering Women in Chiropractic. I'm your host, Dr. Cathy, and this week we are going to talk about that elusive genius zone. If you've heard the term before, if you've read the book, if you've done some learning on this, you know where I'm going. But if you haven't, well, then let's back the truck up and let's start at the very beginning because there are four zones when it comes to where you are, where you shine, and how you bring yourself to the world. Now, the first zone, that's the zone of incompetence. And that's, I don't know. And I don't care that I don't know. That's kind of like changing the oil in your truck. I don't know. I don't care to know. Somebody else can do that for me. And then you have the zone of competence. Now, that's where I would say 70% of the average people live in the zone of competence. That's where you know how to do stuff and you're okay at it, right? Kind of like vacuuming the rug or wiping the handprints off the glass at your office. You know how to do it, but that's not your highest best self. And that's not where you are serving your practice, your patients, and your community at the best level. But you could do it if you needed to, but that's the zone of competence. Now, are there people who will continue to live their life in that zone? Yes, they'll have those jobs that don't really serve them. They'll have those jobs that are not really fulfilling. They'll have a job, not a career. There's a lot of people out there doing that. And a lot of those people come into your offices and they need a little bit of encouragement to help them get a little bit more pride in what they do, to help them see bigger opportunities for themselves, to help them have bigger goals, bigger dreams, bigger visions for their life. And sometimes they're coming to us because they see how we vibrate in the community and they see how we resonate and they see the energy that we bring to everything that we do. And they just want to be in your energy. So love those people up, invite them into your world, share a little bit of your expertise, your knowledge, your wisdom with them, whether that's on your social media posts, whether that's on the whiteboard or the clipboards in your office, whether that's a newsletter that you send out to your patients, or if that's your table talk that you and your team are having with your patients on a daily basis. But make sure that you are empowering people to envision more for themselves, not what you want them for them, but what they could envision for themselves. So that's your zone of competence. Now, most doctors, most professionals, most people that I coach live in the zone of excellence. The zone of excellence is where you excel at what you do. And you're so good at it that everybody around you thinks that that is the perfect position for you, right? And you know exactly what I'm talking about because your family is like, oh my gosh, you're doing great. You're exactly where you need to be. And your patients are like, wow, you're the best doctor and you just do absolutely everything for me. And the people around you want you to stay in that role because it is serving a high purpose in their life and yours. But if you've ever felt like there's more out there, if you've ever felt like there's a higher calling or a bigger vision or a bigger goal or a greater destiny for your life, but you don't know how to get there, that's because you're bumping up against the ceiling and you're trying to get into that genius zone. And that elusive genius zone, the reason we call it elusive is because so many people, they'll bump up to it, it gets scary, and they come back down to the zone of excellence. If you think about it as a thermostat, everybody has a temperature setting that's comfortable for them. You have one, I have one, your staff has one, your family members have one. And whatever that temperature setting is, if it's too hot, you don't like it. If it's too cold, you don't like it. So you want to stay in that range of your comfort zone. And comfort zones can suck the life out of you. Comfort sucks. You got to get outside of that comfort zone. So if we think of that comfort zone as a temperature setting, then you have to figure out, do I want to stay here and stay comfortable? Or am I willing to get a little bit uncomfortable, whether that's getting hotter or colder? Am I willing to go out of my comfort zone and try something different, do something new, do something that doesn't necessarily feel so good in the moment to achieve what you ultimately want to do? Are you willing to do that? Because if you are, that's how you get to that genius zone. That's how you say, you know what, I'm really good at what I'm doing right now. And I'm really comfortable at it right now. But I know there's more. Maybe you want to step into coaching. Maybe you want to open your practice up to have associates. Maybe you want to bring in independent contractors or somebody sublease your office on the days you're not there. Maybe you want to step more into a management role in your practice and run your team so that they're the ones doing the day-to-day work, and you're overseeing it, you're training, and you're helping, and you're mentoring. Whatever that may be. It may be that you decide that you want to work more hours, you want to work less hours, you want to get more involved with your kids' sports, you want to get less involved with your kids' activities because they might be driving you crazy all day, every day, right? With all the activities that you're running around, and you just want a minute to breathe. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever you want to attract into your world, whatever goals you want to set for yourself, whatever visions you have, when you get clear on them and you know why you want them and what you want to attract, then you start putting your attention to those. And that's how we get ourselves to the genius zone. We have to be so clear on what it is we want out of life, what it is we'd like to create, what it is we want to attract, who we want to attract into our world, what circumstances, what situations, what experiences, what adventures we want to call in. And we have to get clear on our non-negotiables. What do I no longer want in my life? What will I no longer tolerate? What is no longer an option in my life whatsoever? And get really clear on that. And then here's what I work with my clients on. You have to get so clear that you can feel it, that you feel why you want this emotionally. Why do I want this? Why do I want to make this change? Why am I willing to sacrifice? Why am I willing to work for this? What is the end result going to feel like when I have attracted that into my world? How is it going to make me vibrate when I wake up in the morning? What kind of energy will I bring to my day? What kind of a smile will be on my face, or grit or sweat or blood and tears? And what kind of energy am I willing to put forth to achieve my goal? When you get that clear that you can feel the emotion before it's even happened, you can make it happen. Because if you can feel it, if you can believe it, if you can actually have it in every cell of your body, then you're going to do what it takes to go after it. But all too often, people set a goal and then they just leave the goal somewhere over there in the back corner of their mind. Might be written down on a sticky note somewhere, but it's not something that they look at. It's not something that they ruminate on. It's not something that they repeat. It's not something that they say to themselves. You can start today, right now, because I promise you, I've done this. I've done this my whole life. I do this with my clients, and I'm telling you, you can do this right now. Get so clear with what you want to become or attract or experience or do, or the relationship you want, or the adventures you want to have, whatever it is. It could be about your family, it could be about your kids, it could be about yourself, it could be about your wealth, it could be about your health, it could be about your relationships, it could be about your business. Whatever it is that you want to set a goal on, get so crystal clear on what you want, and then write it down. And once you write it down, don't put it away. Read it every morning, every night, every chance you have a break, when you're on the treadmill or the bicycle, whatever works for you. You can record it on your phone and play it while you're driving, your own voice, so that you are now saying it with your recording. So you're hearing it, you're saying it, sometimes you're seeing it, sometimes you're reading it. Get so clear on what you want to attract, and I promise you, you will start to attract those things in, because now other opportunities that don't align with your mission, your vision, your purpose, your goals, you will filter them out because they just don't fit. They don't make sense. They're not a part of where you're going, right? It's kind of like if you're heading to do a marathon and somebody says you want to stop at McDonald's, your brain is like, not even a thought, not even an option. Just keep moving forward. But if you're just like, hey, I'm kind of training for something someday, but oh, I'm hungry. Let me grab something to eat that's quick and fast and easy right now and cheap and greasy. And, you might grab something that doesn't serve your purpose. That's a simple explanation, just using food and fitness. But you can do this with any part of your life. If you want to attract the perfect person as a partner into your life, then you got to get rid of the people that don't belong, that are taking up your space. If you want to attract a healthy lifestyle, then you have to stop buying things that don't serve that lifestyle and putting them in your pantry. I don't care if your kids want them. Do you want them? Do you want that? Then you need to be either crystal clear that that's for the kids and I don't get it, or that's not coming in my house. Depends on how you work. And then think about other goals that you have. If it's your finances, well, then we don't waste money on stuff that doesn't bring us closer to our destination. If it's your business, well, then we have to make time to work on the business, not just in the business. So start getting really clear about what you want. And then all of a sudden, what will happen is that zone of excellence that you've been really comfortable in, you're not going to be comfortable there anymore. It's like somebody changed the temperature and you got to get out of that room because it doesn't feel good anymore. And when the room that you've been so used to no longer feels comfortable, you're moving into that genius zone. And as you move into that, now your vision is bigger. Now your goals are greater. Now your thought of how am I going to achieve this becomes how soon am I going to achieve this? How quickly? With what methods? How happily am I going to achieve this? How much effort will it take to achieve this? Your vision changes, your thoughts change, your actions change, your words change, every cell of your body changes. But you have to get so clear on what it is you want, why you want it, what is the emotion attached to it, how will you feel when you get there? And all of a sudden, that zone of incompetence, zone of competence, that zone of excellence is no longer comfortable, and you start transitioning into the genius zone. And when you do that, it is almost like somebody turns on a light in a very dark tunnel, and all of a sudden you can see so much more than you ever knew was possible for your life, and you can see so much further than you ever thought you can go. If you struggle with that, if you've had challenges with that, if you've ever tried this before and you've had goals that you just seem like you get almost there and then you come crashing down, you get almost there and you come crashing down, then that's because you're getting stuck in your comfort zone. And sometimes you just need a little bit of extra help or a little bit of guidance or somebody to just kind of hold your hand and say, we've worked through this with other people before. We can work through this with you. Here's how. Let's take you to the next level. And sometimes that person is like a Sherpa, right? They're like the Sherpa taking you up the mountain. They just know how to get you up the mountain easier with less pitfalls, with less sliding backwards, with less going back to where you were. And they're going to help you get to your goals a lot faster. If you don't already have somebody that is holding you accountable, that is answering your questions, that is guiding you to the next best step for your goals, that is in your corner cheering for you, pushing for you, but also reminding you when you slip back that, hey, you know what? You might have needed a little bit of rest, but come on, let's keep going. If you don't already have somebody that's in your corner doing that for you, then I urge you to find somebody that you resonate with, that you feel they've done this, they can help me do it too. Because someone who's already been to the mountaintop has a better chance of helping you get there as well. And someone that you resonate with, that you feel comfortable with, that you feel like they would be a good person in your corner to push you when you need it, to lift you when you're looking for a little bit of help, and to cheer for you when you get up to the top level, and then remind you, this is not the top. This was only the top that you could see. There's another level up there. If you haven't found somebody like that, start looking, because we all need somebody that's going to hold us accountable, push us, support us, cheer for us, and then encourage us to go further. And if I could be that for any one of you, I would be so grateful and so honored to do that. I'm so blessed with the people that I get to help on a regular basis build the life of their dreams and build the practice and the relationships and the dynamics of their dreams so that they can have that work life balance, so that they can get out in their community, they can be the leader, they can do the things in their office that make them feel fulfilled, but they can also have the personal life outside to make sure that they are not just all work or just all play, but that they're having every aspect of their life vibrating at the highest possible level. I see that for you. I know you have it in you. And I want to encourage you that you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. You can have everything in this world that you want to have as long as you're willing to do what it takes. Sometimes we just need a little help to figure out, how do I get to that next level? And that is how you're going to work yourself out of your comfort zone, out of your zone of excellence, and into your genius zone where you can create something bigger, better, a greater legacy for your life, for your practice, for your family, whatever it is you desire. You have the gift. It's already inside of you. Let's just help you bring it out. Ladies, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to spend right here with me on ChiroSecure's Empowering Women in Chiropractic. If there's anything I can do to help you out, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Reach out to me. You can always message me through any of my social media channels. I'm here to help. I'm always grateful for the people that have contributed to my life story, and it's a blessing to give back and help somebody else. So I want to wish you a fabulous week. Enjoy it. I know the weather's turning here in Atlanta. I'm sure it's turning for you, but you know what? It's a beautiful time to go out and make new opportunities, new possibilities, and go crush your goals. Don't wait till January. Let's crush our goals now. Let's set new goals before January, and then watch how the next year is going to just absolutely explode in your favor. Have a great day, ladies. I will see you next time right here on ChiroSecure's Empowering Women in Chiropractic. Bye-bye.
Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. We hope you enjoyed this week's Facebook Live event. Please like us on Facebook, comment, and share. We look forward to seeing all of you next week for another episode of Empowering Women in Chiropractic. Now, go ahead and hit the share button and tell your friends and colleagues about the show. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. This has been a ChiroSecure production.